Howdy, folks. Woodrow Wells from NeedCoffee.com here. Back for another Wayhomer. That's right, it's summer. I'm not saying that because I'm adjusting the air. I'm just saying that because there's lots of films coming out. So you might have more of these. I hope that's okay. We're here specifically today to talk about Toy Story 3. So, oh, jeez. Toy Story 3, what can I say about this? Well, I'll tell you this. What's interesting is that, if you recall, back when Pixar and Disney looked like they were going to be going their separate ways, before Pixar turned around and absorbed Disney and became the cosmic entity known as Dixar, translation, John Lasseter's now running the show, and we all dance a little merry jig about that. They were going to do a Toy Story 3 without basically Pixar, which was going to be, well, I mean, you can pretty much imagine what that was going to be. So the fact that we've gone from that to, well, wait, I'm a little lost here. The fact that we've gone from that to what we just saw is pretty impressive. The synopsis is this. Andy, the child who owns the toys that we all know and love, who has incidentally been played by the same voice actor in all the variations of the sequels. So he's basically grown up as Andy, which is pretty cool. He is about to go to college, and as a result, the toys are in a bit of a quandary as to where they're going to go. Are they going to get thrown away? Are they going to get put in the attic? Or what? And as I'm sure you've seen from the trailer, they wind up getting donated to a daycare center where hijinks thus ensue. That's pretty much all you need for the synopsis. So here's the problem with talking about... and let me, before I do that, I am reminded to talk about the short, the Pixar short that opened it. Night and Day and Night, I forget which one it was. Anyway, it's very different and very clever. It's more, if you go and you look at shorts like Presto or For the Birds, which were just hilarious, this one was very clever and thoughtful, but still very good because it's Pixar. So, and that's just what they do. So anyway, that was very good, and that was a great way to start off. And I don't know what it is, but every single time I walk into a Pixar film, I forget there's a short. Even though every single freaking one, I think, has had a short in front of it. Or at least all the ones in recent memory. So I don't know why that's always a surprise to me, because I have no memory whatsoever. Nor you people? Anyway, so back to Toy Story 3. Or Pixar films in general, the problem with Pixar films in general is it's really hard to talk about Pixar films because they're just all really stupidly good. You get into something which you don't get into with other directors or groups or whatever else, in that basically when you try to rank your favorite Pixar films, you're looking at really fractions of degrees between them, because the worst Pixar has ever done is pretty amazing. So it's kind of hard to talk about the films because, you know, it's much more fun to see something horrible like Sex and the City 2 and talk about it from a review standpoint. Otherwise, all I'm doing is just sitting in my car, driving home, doing a Wayhomer, and gushing about the film. But damn it, I'm going to gush about the film because it's a fantastic film. I'm trying to think, in fact, in the last 3 seconds since I thought of this idea, what other third film has been as solid as this one? Now, you know, is it the best Pixar film ever? No. But is it incredibly solid? It has a lot of amazing things going for it? Yes, it does. You've got a lot of the voices back. You've got some great new characters. You've got some, excellent animation. And you've got, I think the thing that struck me most about this film is what I always refer to as the match moment. And the match moment is, if you recall in the first Toy Story, there's a moment in which you think everything's going to be fine, and then the match goes out. You know, and they don't know how they're going to deal with the match. That's the match moment where you think, holy God, how are they going to get out of this? Where Pixar just pulls the rug out from under you and destroys your expectations. This film has the biggest match moment, like, ever. Like ever. Like, I think there's going to be whole featurettes about their decision for this match moment. I can't say anything more than that because I don't want to spoil anything. But you'll know it when you get there. It's just like you go, whoa. So, it's incredibly ambitious. It goes to a lot of places that... It's very interesting in that the film is operating on two levels. When you're an adult and you're watching this, not only are you feeling guilty about every toy that you can't know the whereabouts of, and you think, oh my God, what happened to that toy? But you also, even more so than the other films, you only thought you felt bad about your old toys. Oh my God, you're going to feel horrible. But also about growing old and growing up and friendship and all the things that you would expect Pixar to go after you for. And appropriately, and somehow to not make you aware of the fact that they're plucking those strings as they go along, because that's how good they are. Yeah, it's another Sex and the City 2 screening. So anyway, so it's really kind of very, very solid and very pleasing, very exciting, everything you would want from the film, and all your characters are back, and you know, you get to, you get, I hesitate to say closure because we are talking about a Hollywood film, and you know somebody at Disney is thinking about a fourth film. Yeah. But the good news is Pixar is in charge, so you can't do a fourth film without checking with the person who did the first film, which would be John Lasseter, and he's running the show. So we're safe for right now. That works to our advantage and our disadvantage, since I still want an Incredibles 2, Brad Bird. Anyway, so yes, here's the thing. See it in 3D, because the Disney films in digital 3D are really good. See that. See a matinee to save a few bucks, because 3D films are expensive. Take a little bit of Kleenex with you, because you're going to need it. But see it, and see it on the big screen. I don't even know why I'm telling you this, because it's a Pixar film. So you've probably already seen it by the time that I'm posting this video. But just for posterity, for you people that just go, I don't know, I'm a little worried, don't be worried, go see it. It's really, really good. I'd just like to say, and bonus points for Michael Keaton for his portrayal of Ken, which was quite amusing. So anyway, Toy Story 3 in 3D, definitely check it out. I'm saying it's a solid 4.5 cups, not a 5. A 5 is a perfect film. But that you just go, wow, that's untouchable. So not perfect, but like I said, incredibly solid and very satisfying. So there you go. So yeah, so we're done with that, and we'll play some catch up on some films here shortly, so that we don't get too far behind in this mass summer of Explodo. So there you go. Keep those cards and letters coming. I appreciate everybody who enjoys these things, and if you watch it because you find it some kind of self-flagellation, whatever works for you. If you like these things and you want to support them, check us out at neatcoffee.com/membership for all the information. And otherwise, just come to neatcoffee.com for more of this particular mayhem. And again, here I am on the road, and I can't look at you to say goodbye. So just understand that I am looking at you with my soul and saying goodbye. See you next time.